Con. 2 races complete in the first to 7-point series. Joining us, Emirates Team New Zealand's Peter Burling and Oracle Team USA's Jimmy Spithill. Welcome, gentlemen. Peter, pretty much a dream start. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, well, I think it's no secret to, win the America's Cup. You, in our case, have to win 8 races, and we're really happy to get, 2 races on the board early, but, we're under no illusions that it's going to get a lot harder than that, and it was relatively harder today. And, if there's one thing these guys have shown, they fight incredibly hard, and we're just preparing for that battle over the next couple of days. And it was really fun yachting out there. Felt like our boat was going really fast, which is something that's really pleasing. But, everyone will say they had a lot of issues, but we definitely had a lot of issues on board today to, let them back in the game with some pretty big leads. So I'm really happy on the whole with, the composure the guys showed today to, hold on to those leads and convert it.
Thank you. On the flip side, Jimmy, was it pretty much your nightmare start?
It was obviously a tough day. There's a lot, obviously, we can take from today, a lot to be learned. Obviously, clearly we weren't sailing at our best, but we also had our opportunities. Both races there were some chances, but, these guys at the end of the day made fewer mistakes. Good news is we're only one back.
Some are saying that boat speed is a key. What do you think the differences were out there today?
Well, this breeze is pretty difficult to draw too much from boat speed. As you saw, the breeze is up and down. It's a real minefield out there. So, yeah, pretty tough direction to be drawing conclusions on boat speed.
Thank you. I'm going to open the floor for questions. Please, as a reminder, raise your hand and state your name and outlet. First question up here.
Rebecca Wright, Television New Zealand. Jimmy, what happened at the start?
Yeah, we had a little issue on board during the first start. We actually thought we were coming back when we wanted to, and as it turned out, it's something we're going to have to go back and look at tonight. But, we basically just handed that one to him in the first one. Still, came back. Tommy did a good job to sort of play the cards he was dealt. Second one, we felt they were pretty early coming into the line, and we thought we were going to be able to make that leeward end start work, and they just were able to roll us accelerating off the line.
Thank you. Next question. Back there, Mark.
Mark Reed, Bay and Delta Yachtsman, San Francisco. Peter, what was your biggest challenge today? What was the biggest obstacle that your team faced in either the first or second races, and how did you react to it?
Well, I think, to be honest, just like Jimmy said earlier, it was an incredibly puffy, tricky day out there, and I think that showed in the first race where the race committee actually got a puff under 6 knots, so they had to roll over for that first start. And for ourselves, it was just trying to connect the dots as best we could. And I think in both races, we did a really good job of it for probably 75% of the racetrack, but then, not such a good job of it for that last one. And that last race, it was, halfway up the second beat. We definitely lost a lot. And in the first race, it was just at the last bottom mark. So, no, I'm sure, for ourselves, we definitely do have a lot of things to go and work on after today. I think we're really pleased with, a few things we did do, and most pleasingly, the boat seemed to be going really fast when the breeze was up. So we're happy with, today, but we're under no illusions. We've got a lot of hard work, to keep going forward, and we're under no illusions. These guys aren't going to give us a break. So we're just trying to keep learning and improving, just like we have been the whole time.
Next question, Todd.
Todd Nile, Radio New Zealand. Peter, if Oracle's good news is they're only one down, what do you take out as your good news?
Well, I suppose that you're one up. We're really happy, to get those first 2 wins on the board, to be honest. And it's something, there's been a lot of talk, and it's been a long time since we've raced these guys, and we've obviously done a massive amount of work to the boat, to how we sail the boat, pretty much to every aspect of our campaign. And we're really happy with where we checked back in today, but we're under no illusions. We've got a lot of hard work to do to, keep pushing forward, and that's exactly what we intend to do. All the people in the shed back at the base are already going back over the boat and just trying to get little bits of speed to keep throwing at these guys, and we're really excited about racing tomorrow and racing next weekend.
Next question.
Tatjana Pokorny, the yacht in Germany. I have a question for you, Pete, from a German Olympic sailor. He would like to find out what you thought in the first race, last gate, when you were sitting on the trampoline and no one at the helm.
Yeah, it wasn't actually our best manoeuvre, that last one through the bottom marks, and it actually reminded me a little bit of the one we had against Artemis. We had an incredibly tight finish, but I think the really pleasing thing out of it, was, when everyone did scramble and, we still managed to get the job done, no worries, and we're really happy with, the way that the guys, kept composure today. It's been no secret that it was a really tricky day out there for pressure shifts, and, on the lighter air, the boats are really hard to handle, and if you make a small mistake, it ends up being a really costly one, which I think Oracle showed in that last race. One little bad jibe at their last top mark, gave us our lead back. So, we're really excited with where we checked them today, but we've got under no illusions. We've got a lot of hard work to do over the next week or so to keep improving, keep pushing forward, because we know that's exactly what these guys will be doing.
And next question here, Dave.
Jimmy, the jibe that went wrong at the top of that leg, did you have enough oil at the moment to do it, or did you force it?
Yeah, I don't think oil was a problem. Obviously we need to really go back and check out all the data and look at the footage, especially on board, and see what happened in that one. But I think what happened is we lost a rudder. Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at that. Obviously a key moment in that race.
Next question. We'll do Todd and then back to Chris.
Todd Nile, Radio New Zealand. Jimmy, in similar conditions tomorrow, can the races be quite different if it's the same as today?
Yeah, definitely. I think we saw just how a couple of times these guys built a pretty healthy lead, and, in a blink of an eye, it's back on again. So, we were far from our best today, and we'll obviously go and put some hours in now, really have a good look back through all the video, all the data, sharpen up, and we'll come out swinging tomorrow.
Chris Clary in the back.
Hey, Jimmy. Chris Clary, New York Times. You talked about the fact that it might be tough for you with the break, because you had a chance to, these guys were racing really tough races and you guys were having to watch. Was that maybe a factor today in any way in your mind?
No, I don't think so. I just think these conditions really, can produce mistakes. It's very, very, challenging to sail the boats well, and at the end of the day, we made more than these guys. We had some opportunities. Like I said, I thought the guys did a good job to sort of hang tough and show the ability to come back. But, we need to sharpen up, and that's what we'll focus on tonight.
Next question. Right here, Richard.
Richard Gladwell from Sail World for Peter. Can you just run through what happened at the top mark when Oracle chopped your lead back to 3 seconds?
Yeah, it was obviously an interesting end to that beat. Like we've been saying the whole time, it's incredibly puffy and shifty and tricky out there, and I think the really pleasing thing for us is, how the guys on board, held their composure and, executed what we had to do to stay in front really well. And we definitely lost a lot. We had a few bad manoeuvres and got stuck in some pretty light breeze, but, then seeing how those guys were going and to be able to pull off that last tack and get around that mark first, definitely sealed that last race for us. So, really pleased with, the way the guys managed to do that. Obviously in the Challenger Series, we had to pass at the top mark both times. So, really pleased we managed to get around it this time. And now we're just going to, just like those guys, just like the Oracle boys are going to do, we're going to be reviewing everything today. And now we've made plenty of mistakes as well. We've got plenty to work on, plenty to improve on. And we're not happy with how we sailed today, even though we got 2 points on the board. We're really pleased with the outcome, but we've still got plenty to do.
Thank you. David, up here.
David Palmer, Yachts and Yachting. At one point on that second beat, you went right out to the left side of the course and you allowed Oracle to go right out to the right-hand side of the course. Why didn't you put on a loose cover?
I probably should have in hindsight. It's just like we've been saying the whole time, really dynamic, shifty, puffy day. And, we were on pretty good right numbers, the whole way out to the left there. And we waited up and, thought that was our best option to just carry on and, worry about ourselves, not them. But that's all things we've got to review. We've got an amazing group of people that, help us make these decisions and help us review our processes. And we're really happy with a fair few things we did today, but we've got a lot to work on.
Thank you. Any further questions? Okay, well, thank you very much. And if you would please give us a few moments, we're going to get the broadcast zone set up. So part 2 will begin.